Thank you for protecting us.
Tiny and powerful.
I know, I bet.
And strong.
I can tell.
Amen. Yes, 28 years. I did 8 years of reserve time right here in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay.
On Nutman Avenue. Started out, of course, as a typist, 71 Lima, because of my wonderful twin sister and friends at Southside High School. That all we knew the recruiting station was right next door. We knew we wanted to get out and do something, and so they made a wonderful packet and presentation for us. The majority of our class went to the military. Went to the military. And
that was strategic how they were set up.
I think so. I think so. And so doing those 8 years of reserve time, and then I too was a single parent, transitioning and trying to leave for, trying to make it out in the world. And so I started out at Indiana University for a year on groups, and I knew Indiana was quite large for me. Being transparent, didn't have the academics. With 2.5, I was on groups, and so they said, you're on academic probation. Who knew? Mm-hmm. Who knew anything about that? I was kind of oblivious to what it really meant to have great grades and do something and stay and get this better education at Indiana University. And so I joined the Army Reserves. I had one of my best friends, Roxanne Green, that she was there at Indiana University, and she joined, and so I joined as well, and the rest is history.
So that whole class is just like a fraternity.
I think so.
That's your sorority fraternity. This is what we're gonna do, and that's what everybody did.
That's our tribe. We found out that's our tribe, and so with the tribe, we stuck together all these years, and from elementary to middle to high school to being grown, a little bit of grown, right about now.
Is your husband from Fort Wayne as well?
He is not. He is a Chicago native.
Okay.
And he also served 25 years. And
so you guys met in the military?
We did. We met in the military.
What are some places that you've served or lived that you aspire to go back to?
Oh my goodness. Now I did stateside, majority stateside. I was in Massachusetts at Fort Dearborn.
What do you mean stateside?
Stateside. I didn't go abroad to overseas.
Because I'm not military, so I don't know.
Yes, I did. I did do stateside. Now I did a short stint over in Germany, with Heidelberg, Germany. Now I would love to go back to Germany. It was beautiful. But we served here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And then I went to Maryland and Baltimore area, Fort Meade. And after Fort Meade, I was in Massachusetts, in Louisiana, in Texas. And then I ended my career in Virginia, Fort Belvoir, Virginia.
I read your bio, and one of the things it said was that's one of the reasons you joined, because you wanted to travel.
I wanted to travel.
So you got an opportunity to travel.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm not finished yet.
And you're not done yet.
I'm not.
Well, I know you're going to Hollywood, California next week.
That's right. So I put that on that was my bucket list.
That's your bucket list. Does your family help you with this journey that you're on with Miss Veteran America? Are they a part of this?
They are a part of it.
How are they a part of it?
They are very supportive. As I'm traveling now with my son, the youngest one, and so he's my armor bearer.
All right now.
Get him, and he's also trying to do media, so he's my little.
Oh, you need to put him on the camera then,
So he's making sure that mom is straight, and my husband, he travels with me when we go to Las Vegas. He was there with me as my supporter, and our children, they're all over. So I'll see our youngest daughter hopefully in Hollywood, California. She's also in the military, Air Force.
Oh, wow.
So she's in Arizona. And the rest of them will, they love to support, making sure I have my competition dress.
That's what I want to talk about. Let's talk about what are you going to do? Do you have to have a talent and all that stuff?
Oh, yes, you do. So the talent this year is lip sync, and everyone chooses their song, and it's across the board lip syncing, and also you have your push up competition. So it's not.
What do you mean? Pushing up? Oh, doing push ups?
Yes, ma'am.
How many can you do?
Well, I can't tell you that right about now. I can't tell you that. I don't want the competition to,
to know.
That's right, to know.
Okay. Tell me when you get off mic.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I sure will. We also have interviews. The interview portion, just like 5 judges, 5 questions, 5 minutes. And so you're in front of the spotlight with the judges and yourself, and they're asking you a series of questions, and so to articulate exactly what it is
That you want.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, by far. And so it's wonderful. I can't wait. I can't wait to see all my sisters in arms in Hollywood, and even the journey in itself. It is an honor. It's an honor to serve. And a lot of people don't know about Miss Veteran America, and it's for those that have served or are currently serving, that you can also be a part of this to help sisters that are homeless, that need that help, that extra push and awareness of what's out there. Who knew that there are so many homeless female veterans, the fastest growing population right now in adults. So it is our homeless female veterans, and so getting the word out there and knowing about it, and also advocating for those that don't know.
So the money that's coming in actually serves to build more housing. Is that what
That is correct. It is for safe, suitable housing and the transition in between. And so we have different programs that Final Salute Incorporated has.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, ma'am. And so the programs, one of the programs is HOME, Housing Outreach Mentorship Encouragement, which provides transitional housing, also on-site case management, food, clothing, transportation, and childcare, just to name a few. One of the other programs is the SAFE, Saving, Assessment, and Financial Education, which I know you were speaking to Jen. She was talking about trying to, financial empowerment, and this is exactly what they're trying to do. So you have
they're touching the whole
they're
woman.
touching the whole woman and family, with
That's
to
good.
making sure that they're great leaving and transitioning. We don't want just for a little bit to come in for 2-3 days. That's not how the program works. You're there for a commitment of 2 years, and so in that commitment we want to make sure that you are good when you leave, and that way you can help others come and help.
Are they able to bring their children, their families?
Yes, ma'am.
In the program?
Yes, ma'am. They're with them. They are with
good.
you. Are with that. That's a family, and so you don't want to separate. And majority of women, homeless women, they have children, and so that's the part that the resources that we didn't have, that the shelters did not provide. Now we, as Final Salute Incorporated, you're providing the whole thing, because we know the children have to be with their mothers. And let me share this too, that when I heard before that a female got turned away, she was going to a shelter. Well, in going to a shelter, she had 5 children. The shelter told her she can only bring in 2 children with her.
So what's she going to do with the rest of her children?
Exactly. And so that was a problem. I mean, who to say, okay, tonight you stay out, or you stay out and we go in, and as a mother you can't do that to your family. And so you end up staying on the streets or living in your car if you have a car, or asking relatives, hey, can we stay here for a little bit? And so this is why it's so important, and it touched my heart, with Final Salute, that we're helping female soldiers, and not soldiers, but veterans, and family members and there that serve the transition into something better.
Right. Can you give us, they have a website that I actually looked at.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to give the website that the listeners can go on?
Final Salute Inc. is finalsaluteinc.org, and you can find all the information about the transition in housing, and then all the different programs that we have. The other program that we just had was Next Uniform. We know that you're trying to transition out of the military, and so we are preparing being prepared of having your business attire when you go into the workplace, getting that job. They had a makeover. People came in and did a full makeover with your hair and makeup, and you're having clothing that you can work in. Of course, business attire, shoes, purses, jewelry. It was a beautiful thing that they had. And so your donations, this would help with the whole thing. Final Salute has done so much in the years that they have been putting this on, and other programs as well. Right. But you don't know. What you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
And this is why we share information to get it out there so people will not have to couch surf or don't have to sleep in their cars or on the street. There's some places provided. In many areas we haven't touched on, but we will because now we're getting the word out.
How can family members or female veterans or veterans, how can they find out about this Final Salute? And is this nationwide as well? Or
it is nationwide.
Okay.
Final Salute is nationwide. And if you can go on the website, and we're on Facebook as well.
Okay.
Final Salute Inc.org, Final Salute Inc. on Facebook, on Twitter. You can go to Miss Veteran America on Facebook and also Twitter, social media, and you'll see all the different information that I was speaking of. We can get that out to you.
Awesome.
Yes,
I'm going to talk about before our time is up.
Oh, yes.
You this I Serve Too. I thought that was so powerful. That's why I wanted to name this I Serve Too. How did that title come about?
Well, I'm not sure how the title came about, but I know that as experience for myself, because I a lot of times, especially with my husband, the example that I'm going to share with you is that I had veteran on my plate, and then also military, and they said, oh, okay, trying to make an appointment. Well, they said, well, what's your husband's information? He's the veteran. And I said, no, he's not. I'm the veteran, and I outrank him. Sorry, love. I just had to put that in there. It's good. But yes, ma'am, they forget that we serve as women. We serve this country just as well as they have. And so there's many women that have put on the uniform that have served this country before it was ever in existence of the organization, the WAC. And also those that had...
Wait a minute. Before there was WAC, there were still women that already served? Really?
They were serving because the war was going on. And so they were behind the scenes making it happen, being that support system. So
that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And I salute those that have come before me.
I do too.
Yes, ma'am.
I do it. Thank you, ladies. Hey, listen, I know I want to hog your space and say that you're here for this, and I do thank you for coming to the radio station, but there's something grander that you're here for.
Well, this is grand too.
I know. Thank you.
So Southside High School is having their homecoming this evening, and I was invited back to crown the homecoming queen. So it's been 31 years since I was homecoming queen myself. And so,
you were homecoming queen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So it's so fitting, and I appreciate my alma mater and thank them for inviting me back.
So that's taking place tonight.
That is
so
tonight.
You gotta hustle out of here.
Southside High School. Yay! Yay! Southside High School. So yes, ma'am. I'm back to be a part of the wonderful tradition of crowning.
I can tell a military person because typically they address just like you do. You have since from the very first time I connected on the phone. Yes, ma'am. Oh. Yes, ma'am.
That's good respect.
That is, that's military.
And great upbringing too from my mother
There you
and
go.
grandfather.
There
and
you
I
go.
think that's good. So yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for coming. Have we covered everything? I don't want to miss anything. Do you want to share some information for veterans here in Fort Wayne, across the airwaves? What is it that I have not covered that you want to cover before you leave the studio?
We did cover a lot, but I did want to mention that we do have a Center for Women Veterans, which is located in Washington, D.C., but the VA here in Fort Wayne, they have information of getting in contact with the Women's Veterans Center. And so that's very important for women to know that I didn't know myself. And there's one for minorities, the Center for Minority Veterans, Center for Hispanic Veterans, and also other nationalities as well. And so it's a collaborative of diversity of centers. And if they get in contact with, and I'll leave a number for you as well, okay, information to put out to your audience members. Then also, the one thing that I do want to mention is women in the military, and we were just speaking of this, is they can get help at any given time. And so if you reach out, there's nothing too small to reach out to your VA and get help with. And so they're there to help you. This is, you've served, and they're here to assist in every given way.
And so for those who don't know, or are turned off, or go one direction and don't get the answers that they need, how can they keep going to get the answers that they need? Because I guess I can imagine serving in the military as a man or a woman, that's a very strong person. That's a very strong personality. But then when you come out, in every way you turn, you're not getting the help you need. What can be done, or what should be done, so that they keep pushing forward to get the help they need? Does that make sense?
It does. And if they can reach out to their VA for support, they're there, and they have the right to do that. And also family members, call on family members and tell them that you need help and the support, and we get the resources to you. I think that's the number one thing, to have your tribe. To have a tribe, it's very important to talk to somebody. And if majority of the people, they don't think that they have PTSD, talk about it. Know what you have. It's not too small. We're out here to help. Brother and sister in arms, we are out here to help. Pride, take away your pride.
Right.
We love you enough to tell you that we're here for you. And so all the VA centers across the U.S., there's a hotline, and
do you have a number?
I don't have a number. I will get the number.
Okay.
But I do have the information for the Women's Veteran Call Center that they can reach out to, and that's 1-855-VA-WOMAN. So 1-855-VA-WOMAN. They can reach out and call at any given time. It's 24-hour hotline. No question is a terrible question to ask. Is this one not even asked? So I'm just wishing, and we're here. Talk to your fellow sisters and brothers, and then also if the VA is open for you. It's someone here that can help.
That's
Just
good.
don't do it alone.
Because there's a lot going on right now. Are there any statistics with suicide with women veterans who we don't even know why, if anybody commits suicide, but is there any statistics on homelessness and suicide with veterans?
It is, and I don't have the actual number with me, but it is on the rise because they didn't know that there was resources out here.
Right.
They did not know, and that's why I would turn back and advise them to call the Women's Veteran Center or the VA. And there's 24-hour hotline. So there's help out here, and I can get the statistics for you on there.
Awesome. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
I want to make sure you have enough time to say everything that it is you have to say.
Yes, we are here to support, and I am proudly serving, and I have served, and I thank Fort Wayne to do everything, and thank you for.
You are welcome. Thank you for coming to Speak Now with Gena.
I know.
All the way from Maryland.
All the way from Maryland, and I'll be back after the competition.
Okay. Oh, hey, you'll have to stop back in and tell us how it was to win.
That's right.
All right, there you go.
We're claiming that.
You are listening to Speak Now with Gena, right here at 95.7 FM, WELT. All right.
I'm sorry, I had a lot of ums.
No, you didn't. You know what? You did awesome. I think she did awesome because I didn't know the questions. I just tagged you.
And that was so good.
That was good. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Tammy.
We gotta take a picture. You know we have to take a
Oh,
picture.
you know. Thank you. You gotta get to the wall.
Okay.
Come here. She did fill out the form.
Look at him. All this, but you know what? I didn't even want to go into that rabbit hole with all of the suicide. It was military.
Is that what you were? Oh, and I stepped right into it. Well, see, I work in the mental health field, so that's big.
It is big, and a lot of the for.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.